If you're a dog training business owner and you have employees, if you're doing what we're about to cover in this video, it could completely kill your dog training business and probably ruin your life as well. Stick with me. I'm Adam Katz for dogtrainertoolbox.com. I run Google Ads for dog training business owners just like you. We run campaigns for well over 60 different dog training business owners, both here in North America as well as internationally. A few accounts anyways. Most of them are right here in the United States. But anyways, if you'd like to learn more about that, check out dogtrainertoolbox.com. Now let's get into today's episode. I hate paying taxes as much as the next guy, but when it comes to dealing with the IRS, they are not an entity that you want to screw around with. And many dog training companies, even larger ones, are hiring people as employees, but then 1099ing them. That means treating them like independent contractors rather than paying the taxes like you would with a legitimate employee. And they rationalize and they justify it to themselves. But I'm going to show you on the actual IRS website the difference between 1099ing and W-2, using a W-2 for your employees. Now, I'm not an accountant. I don't even do my own taxes. I pay a guy to make sure that it's done right because that's how important it is to me that we're paying the taxes that we should be paying, because I don't want to end up in a rape cage, i.e. jail, because I underpaid on my taxes. And a lot of you guys are intentionally trying to screw the IRS or get around, having to pull out withholdings and treat your employees the way that legally they're entitled to be treated by classifying them as a 1099, as an independent contractor. So don't do it. I know you're justifying this in your head, but check this out. So this is actually on the IRS website itself. It says worker classification is important because it determines if an employer must withhold income taxes and pay Social Security, Medicare taxes, and unemployment taxes on wages paid to an employee. Businesses normally do not have to withhold or pay any taxes on payments to independent contractors. And here's the rule. If an individual is an independent contractor, if the payer has the right to control or direct only the results of the work, not what will be done and how it will be done. Small businesses should consider all evidence of the degree of control and independence, blah, blah, blah. So here's help with the deciding. This is, if you get audited, this is what the auditor is going to look at. Deciding how to properly classify a worker. There are three categories: behavioral control, financial control, and relationship of the parties. Behavioral control. A worker is an employee when the business has the right to direct and control the work performed by the worker, even if that right is not exercised. Behavioral control categories are type of instructions given, i.e., how are you training the dog? How with our dog training company, what do we train first? What approach do we take? Are we clicker trainers? Are we purely positive trainers? Are we balance trainers? Are we using remote callers? Types of instruction given, such as when and where to work. You come into my facility, you train the dog here. I'm dictating where and when you work. What tools to use. You use an approach that uses specifically the remote caller. That falls into this category of being an employee. And where to purchase supplies and services. So if you give your clients supplies like leashes or prong collars, whatever it may be, even a clicker, that would fall into that category. Degree of instruction. More detailed instructions may indicate that the worker is an employee. So if you tell them how you want them to train, how you want them to interact with the client, they're an employee. Less detailed instructions reflect less control. Evaluating systems to measure the details of how the work is done points to an employee. If you're running a business and you're running it well, you need evaluation systems to make sure that your trainers are doing things the way that they should be doing it. You should have a policy and a procedure as to how they interact with your clients. Training a worker on how to do the job or periodic or ongoing training about procedures and methods is strong evidence that the worker is an employee. Independent contractors ordinarily use their own methods. The second category is financial control. Does the business have the right to direct or control the financial and business aspects of the worker's job? Significant investment in the equipment the worker uses in working for someone else. Unreimbursed expenses. Independent contractors are more likely to incur unreimbursed expenses than employees. Opportunity for profit or loss is often an indicator of an independent contractor. Services available to the market. Independent contractors are generally free to seek out business opportunities. That means that they can have their own dog training business. They can have their own clients, and when one of your clients comes to your business and then they find out that the dog trainer that they're working with also has their own dog training business and they could have done it for cheaper, that's a mess. Method of payment. An employee is generally guaranteed a regular wage amount for an hourly, weekly, or other period of time, even when supplemented by a commission. However, independent contractors are most often paid for the job by a flat fee. Relationship. The type of relationship depends upon how the worker and business perceive their interaction with one another. This includes written contracts, which describe the relationship the parties intend to create. Although a contract stating the worker is an employee or an independent contractor is not enough, it's not sufficient to determine the worker's status. Benefits. Businesses providing employee type benefits such as insurance, pension plan, vacation pay, or sick pay have employees. Businesses generally do not grant these benefits to independent contractors. The permanency of the relationship is important. An expectation that the relationship will continue indefinitely rather than for a specific project or period is generally seen as evidence that the intent was to create an employer-employee relationship. Guess what, guys? Are they wearing your t-shirt or your polo shirt when they work with your clients? That's going to look like an employee. Services provided, which are a key activity of the business. The extent to which services performed by the worker are seen as a key aspect of the regular business of the company. So you provide dog training services, that is a key activity of the business, and your 1099 independent contractor is providing dog training services to your clients. If it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, I guess ducks don't technically talk, but you know what I mean. It's a duck. You're going to get nailed. You're going to end up having an audit and you're going to be in hot water. So I'll give you an example. I had a trainer go out to a client's house and the trainer had their demo dog. The demo dog, I don't know if the dog was on a new type of food or had picked up something off the ground, had an upset stomach, ends up having explosive diarrhea all over the driveway of the client's house. So client calls me and says they're not happy. And so I say, no problem. I'll send my guy out and he'll clean up everything. Hang up the phone. I call Joe. Joe runs Poop 911, one of those poop cleanup services that, you pay them and every week they come out and they pick up the poop and they hose down the asphalt in your backyard or whatever it is. Joe, I got this client at 123 Ocean Boulevard. This is what happened and I need you to take care of it. Joe says, no problem. Joe swings by in his personal car. Okay. He knocks on the client's front door. He says, hey, Adam sent me. I'm with Adam. I'm with Katz Trains Dogs. And I'm here to clean your driveway. Client says, thank you. Thank you so much. Joe cleans the driveway and then sends me a bill. I pay Joe. No problem. Okay, that's the type of relationship, my understanding, my read of it, and you can read it yourself at the IRS website. That's my take on what an independent contractor relationship would be. It's not having a dog trainer who works for you and meets your clients and teaches them dog training, unless you're like in one state and they're in another state and they have their own business and they have their own clients and you have them go out and service the client, but you don't tell them where to be at what time or how to train or what tools to use or what your service consists of, any of that. Guys, I really think that y'all should have employees working for you, but you need to do it the right way. You need to have them as actual employees not as independent contractors, because you're going to get slammed. I'm telling you, it's a matter of time. And it may be your competition who finds out that your trainers are all independent contractors, and your competitor says, you know what, I'm gonna shut this guy down. And your competitor calls the IRS and says, guess what, IRS? I know what these guys are doing, and I want you guys to know about it. Hey, those are my thoughts. Would love to hear your comments below. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Katz on Marketing. We've got over 120 videos on how to advertise and market and grow your dog training business. So check that out at YouTube, as well as the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook. We've got over 2,600 professional dog training business owners just like yourself, swapping secrets and tips and tricks on how to run a dog training business, how to get more dog training clients. And of course, dogtrainertoolbox.com. If you need more clients, check out our Google Ads management service. It is 100% done for you. All you need to really do is make sure you answer the phone, because desperate dog owners with money in hand will be calling you to hire you for your services. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.